Alright, Screaming Demons RC, SDRC. We're going to be installing new connector on this Losi Promoto MX dirt bike here, quarter scale dirt bike. I just got it yesterday, and I don't run the EC5 plugs. I don't run those. I run the XT90s, which right here. And so a friend of mine, actually two of my crew, a buddy down in the States and a buddy in Canada, they both printed me some of these right here. They're holders for XT90s. They fit right into the stock location where the stock connector goes in the bike right here. So I'll take off the side plate and I'll install these, and I got a couple of tips to show you how to make these fit better. I'll get into that later in the video, and I'm also gonna obviously solder this on. So we'll get started here. First of all, we got to take this side cover off. Pop this off. Hands are probably right away there. Alright, get that cover off there. Alright, here's what we're taking off here, the stock piece. Nice looking piece. Nicer than the 3D printed looking pieces, but that's alright, you don't see them anyway, so take that out. We can use the stock hardware for our new connector holder. And by cutting this, you void your warranty for the electronics here because of cutting this plug off. But I don't run the smart style plugs and batteries. I will lose the battery, the telemetry on the radio shows you your voltage and other things like that, but that's okay. I'm not too concerned with that. I'm old school anyway, so I believe I'm going to have to take out a couple of screws here that hold this on, so I'm gonna have to flip the bike around. So just one second here. Alright, we got to take off this side plate too to get to the other two screws. Okay, so right here, let's turn this a bit so we get a better look. So right here, the screws I'll be going after. Get these out. My wife and daughter are in the background doing some art, so if you hear some people chatting, it's who it is. Told them to keep it down while I'm doing a video, but you know, family. Alright, we've got one screw out. The other screw is kind of stuck in there because of a piece of plastic it's hitting, but that's okay. We don't need to really take it all the way out. Just remove the clip anyway. So here's the stock clips. Hold on a sec. Okay, here's the stock clips. Taken out. And we'll save those. And okay, let's see. Let's flip the bike around again. It's pretty easy to flip around with that keyed stand. Holds the bike nicely. Okay, I don't think I really have to take off this side plate here, so I'm not going to. I should be able to do that quite easily. Solder in the new plug there. Alright, so let's get started here. I'm just going to pause 1 second, set myself up. Alright, I'm going to start by just snipping this wire. This is your sensor wire. Snip that out of the way. I'll probably just put a piece of shrink wrap on that just to seal that off. If even needed, it's pretty much sealed already by just cutting it like that. Tuck it up inside the frame behind here and you're good to go. Now I'll get the solder gun out and I'll loosen these, remove these contacts here. All Alright, I'm going to start with the black wire. It's on top and easiest to get to. So my soldered gun, old school here, works good. I need to get a new station, but works good for the time being. Alright, I had to use my trusty mini torch here because my my Master Craft soldering gun wasn't getting it hot enough. Oh yeah, dirt bike. Oh yeah. So I had to use this torch to get that off because my soldering gun wasn't getting it hot enough quick enough, and I didn't want to transfer the heat up the lines and stuff, so I just torched it off. And that's what I'll do with the next lead here. But what I wanted to show you was with these 3D printed connection holders. Let me get this in here. It goes this way, yeah. Okay, with that, and then this one clips on. Oh, flip it around like this. When you put it all together, it doesn't. Can you see that? Hold on. Can you see that gap in there? Okay, it doesn't close tight, and the reason it doesn't close tight, I figured, is because these on top of the XT90s, there's two little grooves that stick up here, two ridges, and they're on both sides of the unit, and that's for when you want to unplug them. They're for traction grip, right? And so what you're gonna have to do is not file them off, sand them off, whatever, just get rid of them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a razor knife and just cut them off. So I'll do that off camera so no, I don't cut myself. All right, I've shaved that off. As you can see there, it's smooth as I could pretty much make it. I didn't sand it, I just used a razor knife, a sharp one, both sides. Took off those ridges and shaved off where it said XT90. It doesn't really matter, that's only sticking up like a ½ mil anyway. So let's see how it fits now. Put this in here like this. This one on here like, sorry, in the screen. It fits a lot better anyway. There's still a tiny bit of a gap. I don't know if you can see that. There's just a slight gap in there, but that's okay. I think it'll be fine. What I'm going to do is actually put just a dab of glue. I'm thinking on the one that goes to the frame. Goes like this. So on this piece here, I'm going to put just a dab of shoe goo on there, and so when I put this in place, it stays in place there. And then I put this one on, screw it down in place, and then when you go to pull out your battery connector, you can pull it out and it's not going to rip out your contact out of there. So alright, I'll get my XT90 contacts tinned here. I got some solder put in there already. Just quickly tin them. Boom. I think this side, I'll need to add some more solder. One sec. Get some more solder put on this. I don't know if I can. Hold on. There we go. Just a bit off screen there. And there we go. That's all tinned. Ready to go. Alright, before I solder on this negative lead onto the contact or the connection here, I'm going to put this shrink wrap over this and seal that censored wire into there. Should be good about there. Hit it with some shrink, or hit it with some heat. There we go. That should be good. I just didn't want it flopping around in the frame and looking ugly either. So perfect, done. Keeps it good, protected. All right, let's get that contact or that connection put on. Probably hold this with just. There we go. Set of pliers so I don't burn my fingers. All right, not my prettiest solder job, but it's going to get the job done and definitely will work. Being outside the solder gun like that doesn't stay as hot as it does inside because there's wind out here. I find it's a little more tricky to get it done. So we're going to get this one unsoldered. Okay, I'm going to get this last connection soldered on. That's why I do this outside. You can see the toxic gnarly smoke coming off of there. I'm not into breathing that in my shop. Don't have a good exhaust fan right now, so your option is breathe it in or do it outside. What I'll do is I'll flip this, let this cool for a second, flip it over and make sure it's good enough. So let's just quickly clean this contact here of any nastiness from soldering. Slide this heat shrink down, hit it with some heat, slide it on there, hit it with a bit more heat. Come on, baby. It's got just a bit of wind out here today. Trying to mess with my mojo. Alright, I think we got her. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit ugly because no one's ever going to see it tucked in there behind there anyway. Not in my bike. Alright, so now we got it like that. Let's check our fit. Yeah. Jeez, look at me. I do want shrink fit on there. I'm not happy with that. Let's see how it fits with that. Let's see how it fits and looks. Oh yeah, so we got to do some filing. I got to get a file. Hold on one second. Alright, I've flipped the bike around here, and I've got the piece that goes to the frame. I've got it all carved out. I just used a hobby knife actually to cut these little notches out a bit more. Carved them out. No, get up into where you can see some maybe. So I carved them out a bit more, just so they would fit the wires with the shrink wrap into each spot. They were just a little tight and off just a bit, so not a big deal. I'm gonna get this screwed on into place, so grab one of these screws, my driver here. And so this has been a pretty easy mod if you're going to change to a different style connector. And these are from Thingiverse, and they make them in all types of connectors. So whatever you are going to use, XT60s, 90s, the Deans, Traxxas, they make them for every style, I believe. So just look them up on Thingiverse, and they cost $2 for each file. And then you can print, I believe, as many as you want. So you're good to go at that point. Let's see how these screw holes line up. They look like they should. I'm going to start the top one first, I think. Sorry if I'm getting in the light there. Like I said, I'm working outside today, not in my shop. Here we go. Get that started. Sometimes with these 3D printed parts, they're a little tough to get started, the screws, depending on if the printer printed the holes a little tight or not. Guess I should have pre-threaded these, maybe would have helped a bit. But it's working. I'll get it snug somewhat. Grab the other screw, and we'll get this put together. There we go. So it's pretty cool, the technology we have nowadays, that you can 3D print stuff for your RCs like this. I mean, I'm an old school guy, so to me, 3D printing, I don't have one. It's still kind of new to me. I know it's not new on the market anywhere, but it's super cool. I'm still pretty impressed with the technology that you can do this stuff. Well, I can't because I don't have one, but buddies of mine can print this stuff for me. All right, we're going to flip this bike around. Let's have a look. Here's our screws. Let's flip it around a bit more so we get a better view. I'll get this light in there a bit better. Oh, you can see where I've got the new connector put in place. Okay, new connector's in. I did shrink fit both wires to make sure they were good. Now I just gotta tuck it in here. A little bit tighter because of, oops, there goes my light. A little bit tighter because of how I did that one wire for the sensor wire with the black one. It's making it hook a little bit tighter, but it should be fine. It should be fine. Get this in there. It'll make me happy with it. before I screw it in place. I think that's it right there. That's its spot. Okay, let's get this other piece on. Cover. Big dirty thumbprint. Alright, we'll get this on there. Just like that. A couple screws. You can see I got the SDRC wrenches, turning wrenches. I'm gonna back this camera just slightly over to here, out of my way, so I don't knock it with my hand. I put this together. Oh, this one seems to be the hole for the. It's a little tight. Like I said, I should have pre-threaded them. Maybe I'll pop this out and pre-thread each hole here. This other screw. Get each one started. So once you get them started, they go no problem. Just getting them going, right? Turn this bike just a little bit more. There we go. That's going now. Alright, I think that's far enough. Unthread that one. Do the bottom one too. There we go. I'm really amped to get this bike going. That's why I'm doing this evening. I just did the unboxing review this morning, so now I'm getting this done. So potentially tomorrow I'll get time to go out and do a bit of testing and put a video out for you guys. Check this thing out. I know you've seen already probably a lot of videos on this, which is great. Great for the community, great for the bikes, getting, you know, a lot more coverage. More aftermarket companies will be handling them, making parts. The more we make videos and the more we get people interested and the more people buy them. So keep watching these videos, like, subscribe, ring that bell, help us all out, right? Believe me, I want the best for the RC community, just like the motocross and motorcycle community. I love them both, and really appreciate all my friends and crew that I've made throughout the years in both of the scenes. This not stripped. No, she's tightening up. Nice. Just snug it down. Don't want to over tighten. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't add any goop to it, but I wonder, I don't know if that sucker's coming out of there anywhere or going anywhere. So I think what I'll do is I'll get a battery, plug it in, test it, and then I'll see if I need to add any glue or shoe goo to that. But I don't think I'm going to need it. I think it's tight. I think it looks great. I got this little cloth here. It's all, give her a wipe off, and dirty old fingerprints. Looks pretty good. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Would you do that to your bike? Let's get some light on it. Would you do that to your new bike? I know I just did, so we're gonna roll with it. I'm pretty happy with that. Looks like everything's good, tucked in there nicely. I will take off that side plate and have another look at those wires to make sure everything's in there good, but I think it looks fine how I've got it. Nothing is too tight, nothing is crimped. Good to go. We're gonna throw those side plates back on and have a look at her. All right, just putting the last screw in there, and there we go. That side cover's back on. It's behind there. You never even know it's not stock. Flip it over, have a look in there. I'll get some light on that. See it from this side. There it is right there. Looking great. Looks perfect. Happy with that. Be able to plug my batteries in nicely. Won't have to get any new batteries. Use what I got. Love that. These bikes are not cheap, so saving a bit of money on not having to buy batteries for it is perfect. Can use the batteries I use for my daughter's crawler. I use them in, well, I have a few RCs I use the 2-cell Wamfies in, but great batteries. Yeah, You need batteries, look up a Wamfy on Amazon. I don't think they have them on eBay. I know they were on Amazon, and I haven't bought batteries for a while. But check them out. They work good. I have 2S, I have 3S, and I have 4S of Wamfys. And I haven't had, let's see, have I had one die yet? I had one, a 3S. No, sorry, it was a 4S. I had something happen to it, but that was not the battery's fault. It was my fault. I bashed pretty hard, and that's what happened. So look up for Wamfy batteries. If you need batteries, they're good batteries. All right, we've got the other side plate back on. Bike's looking really good. Let's get a little zoom back here. All right, well, here's the light I was using for my high-tech lighting system here. Well, there we go. We're looking good. All back together. Well, thanks for watching this video, and we'll be getting some running videos really soon for you guys to check out here at the compound. Hopefully, like I said, the rest of my crew gets their bikes they ordered soon, and we can get some racing going at the compound here and at the Funk Factory. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. Big shout out to Gene and Kevin for 3D printing me those pieces I needed. I appreciate that, boys. Always appreciated the crew. They're great. Anyway, we're going to let you go, and I'm going to get some videos real soon. I'm going to try and get this out for tomorrow. I'm going to test it maybe tonight, hook up some power, and then tomorrow we'll give it a test around the compound, or maybe over at a ball field close to my house. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Throw me a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Leave me some comments, man. What do you think of these new bikes? If you got one, what color you got? And yeah, whatever. I will answer your questions. Leave me a question. Give me a comment. And thanks a lot for watching. Screaming Demons RC, SDRC, we're out.